This is just a quick review on a motorcycle screen, like a round headlamp screen. Now I took these off what I've turned into a speed triple. These are the Daytona clocks, but they sat like that. And they're a big chunk of, they're a big wedge, and there were two. I'd be happy with just something like that, and then the little row of dash lights. That would be lovely if I could just kind of condense it all into a very small package. Fantastic, because it just sat on top of the headlamp and just looked completely stupid. But I never thought I could have just bought a screen, which I have. So I'm going to see what it looks like. But the screen came in the post today, and I thought to myself, it's not, I hadn't planned to make a review on screens. This is a second hand one, but it feels like really nice quality. Some of them you buy, they're very, very poor quality, but this feels really lovely. I've got a funny feeling, is it F Fabri? I've got a funny feeling it's Italian, and it's lovely. Really well made. So I think it's bigger than the headlamp I've got, but it doesn't really matter. It will move a little bit. And these slots here, you've got this slot here for the headlamp, and you can actually drill into your headlamp bracket and put a bolt through here so that the screen doesn't ever wiggle about. You know, you can keep it solid. If you feel like you're going along the road and it's going like that, you can get put a drill through. The headlamp bracket's on aluminium, it'll go through no problem. You just got to measure it up nice so that it sits right. Now it's slotted, so you want it to look nice. It is slotted. You could put one bolt that side and then one bolt somewhere else on that side, but it just, in your own mind, you know, if you didn't worry about how things looked, it would be okay. But you want it to look nice. You kind of just measure it in the right place and drill the hole if you absolutely need to. So I'm going to fit that, and I'm going to see what those clocks look like behind it. Because it's all it was. It's all the thing that was bothering me. It just looked so. I don't know, it just didn't look right. It it was just annoying me. The look of it was all wrong. Now, a lot of things on the bike, okay, they've got to be functional, but they can look nice as well. So I'll get all this stuff. I'll get this fitted up certainly. Just now. But these, I'm having to extend the wires. I've started one, so I'm just waiting on the postman to bring blocks and new clips, because these are far too short. They'll never reach underneath where I've got my wires now. I really want to put these back on because they just work. You've got every single dash light, they all work. They all turn off as they should. The temp gauge is there, you know. I've got the proper mileage. I'll just, if I ever sell it, I'll just tell the new buyer that I've added, and I'll have a look at what's on the Speedo now, and I'll just say to him it's plus another 700 miles or something. But that's not going to be making a difference. But these things, they just work properly, and it's been so difficult to get clocks to work right. The only thing I don't like about these is it's very bulky. It's not the kind of look I want. I just want one single dial with some dash lights, the actual essential dash lights, you know. I could still do that. I do have a bit of aluminium coming, which is the same dimensions as that, same width as that. Because this is just a plate on here, and I was thinking about just making the same kind of style, you know, with this bit on the side here. I could get that in a separate material and glue it on or something. I could try and find a bit of, or I could use that aluminium I've got, and I've got some carbon fibre stickers. That's a good idea actually. I could just make some nice little holes and just keep the lights that I absolutely need. Like I'd want an oil light, a neutral high beam, fuel and indicators. You don't need the ECU light, I'm not worried about that. If there's a fault it doesn't go, does it? So there's obviously something wrong. That might be a possibility, but I'm going to put the screen on now and we'll see how it looks. So that's the screen on the bike, but I think there's too much of a gap here. I don't think that'll be difficult to remedy. I just need to make a couple little plates with 2 holes in them, just so I can attach to here. Just a couple of little plates would be alright. Wonder how else I could do it. I don't really want to wreck this little bracket. I've probably got something that would do, just to lower it to it's a wee bit, you know. There's quite a big gap there. You want it to be a wee bit, because it can come, these sides can come round. I could put this on the inside, it doesn't have to sit on the outside of the bracket, it's okay. That's what those slots are for, stop it wiggling. That's what it looks like there. I would really like, actually, it's funny, I wouldn't mind a set of bandit clocks. You know, 2 bandit clocks there. I've seen some as well. It might be an idea. Because they do have dash lights, some of the more modern bandit. Or I can make my own dash lights, put them here or something. There's a hole there for the cables to go through. Just make a little frame where I can run the cables through there. All thoughts and ideas. But I don't think I'll get the standard clock set up in there. I do definitely need to bring this down so it's following this curvature a bit better. That's a too big a gap. It's not designed for a 7-inch headlamp. It's designed for an 8.5-inch headlamp. But I'm not paying full price for an old winter bike, you know. I'll have a look, see if I can make some brackets. Right, let's have a look in the metal department. What have we got in here then? Let's just get the bucket right out. Thinking about that plate. What's this here? Right, put that over there. Okay. So I've got this bit of plate and I've got these 2 brackets. Let's think about this. Go and wait for the postman, I think. I think the postman is very busy, he's not been yet. Got this little bit of cardboard which I've made a template. So I'm just going to cut that out, pair of scissors. I'm just going to use this bit of treadboard, aluminium treadboard. It's a bit thick, but just so I can get on with it. Cut this bit of cardboard out. I've already drilled 3 holes, marked the holes, roughly where I want them. Well, they're not, these 2 top ones aren't rough. I'm not quite sure where I want this hole here. This is going to be for the headlamp. It's going to be a 10mm. I'm not 100% sure what to do. I've got a funny feeling I'm going to have to shave a bit off the screen itself just gently with a file, just so I can get it sitting in. We'll see. That might be too small. I may need to make this bracket a little bit bigger. I may just do that and then I can always shave a bit off, I can always cut a bit off. Let's get this down here. I can always cut a tiny bit off, can't I? Let's have a think. But I do know I want to actually drop the screen quite a bit, so it is going to have to come down quite a bit. Okay, let's just start it off here. Sharpie, I'll get this pen, okay. It's not a very good pen, is it? Brand new pen, useless. Right. Buy cheap, buy twice. I never learned right. Right, that'll do. Okay, so we're coming on at that. We want a hole there. Want a hole there. Hole there. Okay, and what were we doing here? Okay, let's not worry about that bit there. Let's bring this down. It's kind of roughly where I want it, but let's bring it down a bit lower. Okay, let's bring it down just slightly lower. Like that. That's kind of rough shape. Okay, and obviously we want an 8mm hole there, or is it 10mm? Not sure, I think they're an 8mm. Not sure. Is that going to be too big? I don't think it'll be too big. I think that'll be okay. Right, I'm not going to bore you with hacking this to bits, just hacking bits of metal in it. So I'm just going to hack that off and then get back to you. I made two little brackets, cut the holes, drill the holes, etc. But I've been looking at the screen. I'm no better off with a hole there. I'm going to have to bring that hole quite far down this bracket. I'm probably going to have to, I don't really want to, but I'll probably have to drill into this. You can see that split there. There's a wee split in there, that's been over tightened. Okay. Because I'm not far away from the edge there, it's not going to drop it that much. It's not going to drop it at all. This is going to have to be adjusted. I'm going to have to drill a hole quite high up. Have a look. That's got to be adjusted as well. So that hole there, yeah. Because what I did was I did it like that, and of course they've got to be opposite, haven't they? So I've got to drill 2 new holes. I can probably clamp that in the vise and just go for it. Right, I'll get on with that and I'll come back in a minute. So that's 2 brackets adjusted. They're a bit of a pig's ear really, this back one. This one's okay. Obviously I've got to shape all this bit. Where are we? Where I've made that new hole, and I've made a 10mm hole. Just got to shape it. So I'll leave this for now just in case I need to cut through and make it slotted. This one's a bit of a pig's ear, you know. These holes are all nasty. Anyway, give my hands a wee wipe with a clean cloth to get all that, all those wee filings off. That should be alright. Okay, get bits and pieces out of the way and dismantle, get everything metallic out of the way. just take one side off, so that's a little 8mm. And a little Allen key I need. And that 8mm. Yeah, it's 8mm. And I need a little Allen key. Not quite sure what it says. Oh, it's going to rain again. It's always raining. Right, let's get these off. I think I just need to start them. I don't think they're only nipped up really, aren't they? You're nipping into plastic, so you've got to watch what you're doing. Bring this camera up a bit. There we go, let's get this bracket off. So there's little washers there, I've got to watch out for them. Right. And there's those rubber washers, I'll reuse them actually. That's it. Quite nicely made them. Pop that on. And that goes like that. That goes through like that. I could probably do better than that actually. That goes like that. See if it fits first. Get a bit of oil on those threads. I may need longer bolts. Oh, a bit too much oil. I didn't realise it was so far up. Oil was so far up. And maybe, no, they'll be alright actually. They'll squash in as long as I don't tighten them down too much. Let's see where we are. See what I mean about the hole? I'm going to have to shave a tiny wee bit off this. So look, if I can space it out, you know, put a longer bolt in and actually space. Oh, I can't see it, can you? Drop the camera again. Put longer bolts in and space this bracket out. Yeah, this bracket here, this is the bracket I'm looking for. Space this bracket out, so there's method in my madness. You'll see when I get to the bike that I can put this on the inside of the headlamp bracket and this can overhang it. As long as there's enough space it can overhang. Let's just do that, let's get these bolts out. That's the best way to do it. So there we have it there. Where are we? Yeah. And there we have it there, and then it'll go in, hopefully it'll clear the headlamp bracket. But if it doesn't, I can put a file through this hole this way and just very gently put with a little bit of oil, just file very, very gently that plastic. So I can, you know, I'm not really that worried. It's only stuff at the end of the day, isn't it? Let's get this other one off. I'm basically just going to repeat what I've done, so once I've done that I'll start recording again. Okay, so that's them both on. There is a little bit of room for adjustment, but there's almost the same, where are we? Same sticking through. See the plastic overlap? It's virtually the same, not exactly, but it's not far away, so I know I'm about right. And if it comes to, I'll take a little file out with me to the bike, and I can always file, take a little round file, give it a clean. Little round file, and just file that wee bit of plastic away. I just need this and the file. I've got a camera in my pocket. Give these a little wipe actually. So I'm not getting little filings. I get paranoid about filings going down the fork legs into and onto the forks, and maybe it might compromise the seals. Right, now let's go to the bike. So So this is how I envisaged it. See how it's plastic. So I just need to shave the plastic a bit. Right, so that's it fitted. It doesn't look like I've made that much difference, but there was a 40mm gap there before. Let's measure it now. Get the measuring tape. So I've dropped it by. So we're down to 20mm. So I have a bit of a difference. And it's kind of even all the way around. I had to keep those spacers because see those bolts? They're actually pressing on the headlamp bowl either side. I need to shorten those bolts quite a bit, but I can do that. I've got to dress it all anyway. But it does look a wee bit better if I take a kind of profile that. If I get a pen there and I can just profile them in so they disappear. And I had to take a little bit off the screen. Either side. This side actually sits a wee bit nicer. That bolt sits nice and flush there, but just where this comes through, I just need to file that off, take it back off. Mark it first and then file it. But I think they're a nicer looking bracket than what came with it. That's okay, happy with that. Maybe it's sitting a wee bit too, I think it's sitting a wee bit too upright. Maybe it needs to slope back a little bit. That's not bad at that, I'll leave it at that. I sloped it back, but it looked very strange. So we'll leave that wee adjustment at that. Thank you for watching.